brain!
Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego?
Where is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego, where on earth can she be? Tell me where is Carmen Sandiego? Carmen Sandiego, where on earth can she be? Where on earth can she be? Lady Tower Lisa, Timbuktu, can you help us find it?
A famous English poet, John Donne, once said, "No man is an island." But I say this woman should definitely have one.
Eat your heart out, Zack. I'm busting Carmen on my own.
Getting something, Zack?
Good thing we evacuated Mont Saint-Michel, Chief. Carmen just showed. And Ivy got a surprise for her.
Well, well, a welcoming committee.
Ooh, she is so good.
But not as good as my new Zack Attack 20,000 security system. Yes! Caught by the Zack Attack 20,000. Chief, my system's gonna make Acme the most famous detective and crime prevention agency in the world. Player, C5 made a Mont Saint-Michel, France.
Ivy?
Oh boy.
Nice going, Zack. Your lame brain mainframe trap made me miss Carmen.
Hey, I would've nailed her.
I would have if you hadn't gotten in the way.
Hey, hold! Flag for break. Call waiting. Come on now.
Regardez par là! Carmen a volé le Mont Saint-Michel.
Au revoir. It was a nice try, detectives, but face it, both of you together are no match for the greatest thief of all time.
With Zack's new security program, your days are numbered, Carmen.
A computer only knows what it's been programmed to know, player. A mind can think up infinite possibilities. Care to bet on who the winner will be this crime?
Your new computerized security system has been installed to protect priceless objects at the Louvre Museum in France, the Forbidden City in China, and other worldwide historical landmarks.
But how can you ensure there will be no more mistakes like last night?
I personally guarantee the Zack Attack 20,000 will capture Carmen Sandiego red-handed. As long as my sister Ivy doesn't get in the way again.
When you're ready to get back to work, I'll see you at Acme, little bro. I hope your head still fits to the C5 corridor.
Hey, big sisters. Can't live with them, can't reprogram them.
What were your inspirations for such an original security system?
Well, when I was 10, my parents took me on a trip around the world. I'm telling you, it was like I opened a window into my imagination and boom! Uploaded an infinite number of possibilities. I've devised a system that Carmen Sandiego will never crack.
Come on, team. Where's that old detective agency? Rah, rah, rah. We'll catch Carmen, sis, boom, bah. She's stolen Mont Saint-Michel. Gone. Vanished from the Bay of Mont Saint-Michel, where it sat in the English Channel, only a mile off the coast of Normandy, France. Let's go find it!
Tell it to the CompuKid, Chief. I'm ready to hit the C5 now.
Chill, sis. With my Zack 20,000, I can track Carmen from anywhere.
All right. If your computer's so smart, then where would it hide an island?
Easy. Since an island's a massive land surrounded by water, the Zack Attack 20,000 says the best place to hide one is... Oh, perfect. In an archipelago.
Good answer, good answer. Survey says ding. An archipelago is kind of like island camouflage. Leopards have spots, and they can hide in jungle foliage.
And polar bears are white, so they blend in with the ice and snow.
But if you want to hide an island...
An archipelago is a great place, because it's kind of like a family of islands all grouped together.
And since Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world, it's the perfect place to start looking.
Hold it, Zack! Indonesia has over 13,000 islands stretching 3,500 miles! Almost the width of the United States of America! What, are you gonna count every island to see if there's an extra?
No, the Zack Attack 20,000 can tap into weather satellite photos of the area and count the islands for us.
Hot tip! This just in from CrimeNet. Carmen Sandiego's henchwoman, Professor Cerebellum, was spotted near the Leonardo da Vinci Museum in Vinci, Italy.
With her scientific expertise, she might have engineered the theft of Mont Saint-Michel. This could be the break we need, Zack! Player, C5S to Vinci, Italy.
Okay, my quibbling siblings, listen up. You're kicking it from USA to Italy, the country that's part peninsula, shaped like a boot. Something in a high heel. Italia, home of the Roman Colosseum, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the city of Venice, built on 120 islands connected by canals.
Hey, Leonardo da Vinci! I spent part of one whole summer studying all his famous works, Chief.
Then you know this dude was like the main brain of the late 14 and early 1500s in Europe, the original Renaissance man.
Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, engineered a bunch of neat inventions, was a scientist, architect, sculptor, inventor.
Quarterback for a pro football franchise?
Chief.
Just wanted to see who's listening.
But if he was around today, Da Vinci might have even tried that. This guy played all the possibilities, Chief.
Leonardo, he's our man. If he can't draw it, paint it, sculpt it, build it, no one can.
Too bad he was so busy he never actually got around to building that flying machine of his.
I think the Chief's hot tip fizzled. This place is full of models of Da Vinci's inventions, but nobody's stealing... If I can scope out the exact electrical impulse of that machine generator, I can stop it in its tracks.
You hack, Zack! I'll attack! Ivy, wait! Hurry, Zack!
Ivy, the Zack Attack 20,000 can track this hovercopter.
Forget the computer! We'll see who catches Carmen first, little bro!
Fine! Then it's you against my Zack Attack 20,000, Ivy! And may the best detective win!
Which of these is an archipelago? Indonesia, Mount Everest, the state of Washington? An archipelago is a group of islands, so the answer is Indonesia.
So you want to go solo, little bro? Go ahead, work your computer. Meanwhile, Professor Cerebellum is taking me right to Carmen.
Con quell'arbore devi har, Carmen, c'è quasi tutti che bisogni.
Oh, I wish I knew my Italian. Huh?
Looks like we have a stowaway. Well, well, an Acme detective.
Hate to flip and skip, Professor, but this is one class I'm cutting. Oh, no! Oh, player, look, if you really want to capture Carmen, get me some help. Hook me up with a detective who speaks Italian, other than Zack.
Oh, great. Thank goodness you're back. Every place you've installed your Zack Attack 20,000 security system has been calling in for a final systems check before they go online tonight. I mean, after Carmen stole Mont Saint-Michel. Oh, excuse me. Where's Ivy?
Listen, Chief, I've got a great future working solo.
Hey, there is no I in Team Zack. You and Ivy are supposed to work together. Now, where is she?
This dirt came off Cerebellum's robot claw in the museum. I've got to do a soil analysis.
Are you listening?
The usual microorganisms. Player, access data on nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium.
Okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are the 3 basic elements that help plants grow. Happy now? I'm not.
There's something else here. Particles of a tree leaf. Carmen's definitely not into gardening, so my guess is she stole a tree out of a garden. But where?
Hello, the brain surgeon called. Your parts are in. Pay attention. Ivy, where is Ivy?
I told you. I'm gonna prove to my sister that techno-tracking beats her old-fashioned legwork any day. End of story.
Ivy?
Marco!
Italians crush millions of pounds of grapes a year to make our world-famous wines, but I've never seen it done with a backside before.
It's a long story.
And it's been too long since that time we chased Carmen down the Amazon River together. Hop on, we'll go catch up on old times.
Perfect choice, player. Thanks. I need a little translation, Marco, and don't ever tell Zack I asked.
Hey, player, start a broad-based search and info scan, say on famous trees Carmen could have stolen.
The General Sherman Giant Sequoia is the most massive tree on Earth. It's over 83 feet around and almost 275 feet tall. Big tree. There's enough lumber in that baby to make 5 billion matchsticks.
Professor Cerebellum's robot suit couldn't have lifted something that massive anyway.
Okay, how about one-of-a-kind tree?
There's no such thing, is there?
Famous Indian philosopher and all-round wise man, Buddha, sat beneath a certain tree over 2,000 years ago, meditating in search of true wisdom.
The Bodhi tree! Hey, I studied Buddha's famous teachings under... Whoa, Chief. I'm getting a bad feeling about this case.
Zack, wait! Zack! You can't skateboard to India!
A little translation from a friend, and I found it without you, Zack. But it looks like I'm too late. There's no Bodhi tree. Huh? Let go!
But where's the wise guy that usually works with her? He could still be on Carmen's trail.
I knew it!
What?
Chief, there are pages missing from my photo album of the summer I spent studying abroad. If my hunch is right, Carmen stole it.
No offense now, Zack. You're a true stud muffin, but why would Carmen want pictures of you instead of, say, me?
They were photos from my trip to the Da Vinci Museum, the Bodhi tree in India, to...
Yes! Ivy's checking in.
Chief! Carmen has stolen the Bodhi tree!
Carmen's got Ivy, Chief!
But it's you I wanted, Zack. There are so many great thinkers we both admire. Come find me. We'll speak of things to come.
Ivy! Ivy! Can you name 3 basic elements that help plants grow? 3 basic elements that help plants grow are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Got to find Ivy. Maybe my Zack Attack 20,000 can...
Forget the computer, Zack! Think! Where else did you go that summer?
Okay. I studied Jules Verne's original manuscripts at his museum in France.
Didn't Carmen say, come, let's speak of things to come?
She could have meant Jules Verne. He's the father of modern-day science fiction.
And science fiction is writing that speaks of things to come. Famous voyager of the imagination, Jules Verne, lived in France more than 100 years ago.
Yo, step back, Spielberg. We're talking major fantasy.
Whatever Carmen's up to, it has something to do with your all-time favorite main brain, Zack.
But what could she be after? Wait a minute. Player, scan news tape files of my interview outside Mont Saint-Michel. I've used ideas from all the great inventors and thinkers I studied. I won't bore you with names, but I've devised a system Carmen Sandiego will never crack. Oh no. What have I done?
Is Carmen stealing all the items that inspired your Zack Attack 20,000 security system?
And with Professor Cerebellum's help, she could design the perfect counterattack system and gain access to every place that's installed the Zack Attack 20,000.
You know, why is it just when I think I'm about to hear the recess bell, life throws me one of those little pop quizzes?
Where are they? What are we missing? The satellite search showed no extra islands anywhere in the world. Wait a minute! Chief, bring up Ivy's message again. Snow! And an ice cavern!
Antarctica?
Major brainwave, Chief! Where better to hide a floating island than inside one of the biggest icebergs of the world? That's bigger than the whole state of Rhode Island. Hidden inside one of those babies, Mont Saint-Michel would never be visible to a flyby search.
But icebergs drift to warmer waters and melt.
Player, show me satellite photos of icebergs over the last month.
Hey! Ah!
Look! That one hasn't moved at all in the last 24 hours.
You think Carmen could have anchored it in place?
Only one way to find out, Chief. Player, C5 me to Antarctica.
I hope you know what you're doing, Zack. Because you're traveling from San Francisco to Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth, where it's been known to go down to minus 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Antarctica is home of ice, and more ice. In fact, it's almost not a continent at all. Just 5 million square miles of the frozen stuff, over 7,000 feet thick in some places.
Ivy! Zack! There's some kind of electromagnetic locking system holding me in.
Not a problem for the Zack Attack 20,000. I guess you now have to admit the superiority of my Zack Attack 20,000 crime system.
Except that Carmen's here. She's gonna hack into your system tonight and steal anything she wants around the world.
Okay, a minor glitch.
Come on, Carmen would never expect us to climb a straight wall of solid granite.
Right, she's got to figure nobody's that dumb.
Ah, right on schedule.
Monitor his every reaction, Professor. Then input it into the final program. I'll know more about how he designed a Zack Attack 20,000 than he knows.
You can't always rely on machines, Zack. Everything that's protected by your system is in danger.
So are we. Ivy, hold on! I'll hack in and take over that bird by radio control. Yes, she's mine! Yes!
I owe you one, Zack.
Hey, what are brothers for?
Time to clip your wings, detectives.
There's the Bodhi tree!
They've even got Leonardo's catapult wired for attack. Jump for it, Zack!
Ah! Ivy!
Got ya!
Oh no! My computer!
That kind of stunt is unusual for Zack.
We got to find Carmen's computer banks.
Nice try, detectives, but I'm afraid you're just a little late.
If you hadn't made me jump, I could get us out with my computer.
Never mind the computer, Zack. With your brains and my speed, we can do it together.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Huh?
We're crashing your hard drive, Carmen!
Yes! Carmen's getting away!
I've got to hand it to you for using Cerebellum's robot against her. Turnabout is fair play, kids.
Just goes to show, sometimes it's not what you already know that counts.
But what you can think of right on the spot.
Sometimes.
Oh no! We lost her again. Well, at least we shut her down.
Yep, and together. We really do make a great team, Zack. Even if you did let her get away.
Me?
You.
No, it's you!
No way, Mr. Armchair Detective. Mr. Let me bring my fishing computer and I can do it. No.
I guess Zack and Ivy taught you a lesson, eh, Carmen?
A wise man once said, I am defeated and know it only when I meet a human being from whom I am unable to learn anything. Until next crime, player.